Hey there, my name's Jana, and this video is going to be just an update about my trying to conceive journey and sort of life after miscarriage. So if you haven't seen my previous video, I did post a video about my miscarriage story, so feel free to watch that. But if that's too triggering for you, then I'll just let you know that unfortunately I did have a miscarriage at about 12 and a half weeks with my first pregnancy. And now it's been just over 3 months since that happened, which honestly, it feels like it could have even been longer ago. But I feel like I'm in a place now to where I can really talk about this and I've processed things. And so I kind of just want to share my feelings on what I went through and kind of how that was and where I'm at now. So I did have to have a D&C, which is a surgical procedure, because I had a miscarriage and I was far enough along to where that's what my doctor recommended that I do. So with that comes the physical healing that you have to do, along with the emotional healing to kind of even be ready to start considering trying again. So in my miscarriage video, I did say that at the moment, I just wanted to be pregnant again immediately. I wished that I was still pregnant. And so of course I wanted to try again. I wanted to try again right then. I just wanted to be pregnant still. But after I had some time to kind of sit with it and think about it, I realized that maybe I didn't want to start again so soon. And honestly, one of the big reasons for that, people might think that this is kind of trivial, but for me it wasn't. I did gain about 13 pounds with my first pregnancy, and like I said, I was about 12 and a half weeks. And so I had gained about a pound a week, which in your whole first trimester, which goes through week 14, you're only supposed to gain anywhere from 0 to 5 pounds. So I was way over that. And I've always been kind of petite, small-framed person. So for me, gaining 13 pounds kind of weighed on me psychologically, no pun intended for sure. But I even spoke to my doctor about this because I was like, okay, I don't think that this is, I'm not on track to gain a healthy amount of weight. I'm gaining too much weight. What should I be doing? Because I wasn't really eating anything crazy. I wasn't doing anything differently than I had been. I was just putting on weight. And my doctor said that, some people's bodies, that's just what they need to do. That's just what they're programmed to do. And so don't go crazy eating binge eating cookies and ice cream and stuff. But if you're eating healthy and, exercising, then you should be fine. And some people just do that. She even said that with all 3 of her pregnancies that she gained 50 pounds, and she's always been small framed like me too. And she said that with one of her pregnancies, she was the best shape she's ever been in her whole life. She was doing triathlons and she still gained 50 pounds. So sometimes that's just what needs to happen. That's what your body needs to do. So during the pregnancy, I had kind of accepted that. And I'm like, okay, well, I'm just going to gain weight and this is what my body needs to do. I'm not going to try to fight it or anything like that. And of course, I'll just lose the weight and work it off after I have the baby. Well, I didn't have a baby, and so I was still left with that 13 pounds. And I really, in my heart, I wanted to lose all of it before trying again, but I wanted to at least lose some of it if all of it wasn't realistic, because I didn't want to put my body in such a shock, going into rapid weight loss that's not really healthy, and then trying to conceive again, because those two things I don't really think align well for good fertility outcomes. So I did try to lose a pound a week, and for a little bit it was working. I lost some weight. But as you can imagine, I wasn't in the best mental state. I was still grieving, and that was making me demotivated, and I was still having to work and all those things, and I was just feeling exhausted, just mentally and emotionally exhausted. And so working out and eating healthy weren't always it just didn't feel feasible for me. It didn't feel like what I wanted to do at the time. It wasn't feeling good to me. And so I didn't have like super amazing weight loss, but I finally got to the point where like I got my cycle back almost 4 weeks after the miscarriage, and my doctor said I could start trying again in 1 to 2 cycles. And so once I got my second cycle, I kind of wanted to wait at least another month, but my husband was really excited and really eager. I mean, like he has been the whole time to start a family. And I just thought about that, and I thought, you know what, like, why don't we just try again? Because it's gonna be super unlikely that I'm gonna get pregnant the first time. It's probably gonna take a while. And so like, let's just try after my second cycle. So we did, and guess what? I got pregnant. So I guess this also doubles as like my pregnancy announcement. I am currently pregnant with my rainbow baby. As of tomorrow, I'll be 7 weeks. So it's still very early. And that kind of leads me into the next thing I wanted to talk about is like, you know, pregnancy after a miscarriage. It's totally different for me. I kind of feel like I lost that pregnancy innocence that I had the first time around, because this time I'm a bit more jaded with like the sadness and grief that I had from my last experience. And I feel like, you know, it's making me not want to talk about it much. I don't want to let myself get too excited, because last time I was so heartbroken, but kind of the reality is, or what I'm finding out as time goes by, is that if something bad happens, something bad is going to happen, and it's not going to be affected by how I feel about it right now. So if I'm happy right now, that's not going to change whether or not things turn out good or whether they don't. So I might as well just be really thankful for being pregnant right now and be happy and live in the moment. But that's it's not always easy to just let it go and not think about it, because it is really scary, because the reality is that bad things do happen all the time. Miscarriages are so common, and I had a miscarriage at 12 and a half weeks last time. So it's like, I don't feel secure in being 7 weeks. I haven't even had my first ultrasound yet. For me, that will be at 8 weeks. So this time around, we haven't told our families yet at all, and you know, they really haven't asked. My husband's family did ask a little bit, but we just haven't told them. And I have told my closest friends, because come on, I just can't keep it a secret, and I do want that support there. But if something bad were to happen, I would definitely tell my family that happened. Right now, I just don't want everyone to get too excited, because I know last time everyone was so excited and then completely heartbroken right alongside with me. And I just don't want to tug on everyone's heartstrings like that. And I think also part of it is just protecting me, because it's like the more people around me are excited, the more sort of it kind of feels like pressure, even though they don't mean it that way, and it's not them applying pressure to me, but it just feels like it would be such a letdown, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm really explaining this the right way, but I guess I'm just a bit more apprehensive this time around to kind of tell everybody and get everybody excited. But I think that we will maybe wait until the 12-week ultrasound to make sure everything's okay, and then tell everyone then. I'm not sure, but we'll see. This has been a really interesting time for us, but I think that overall it's brought me and my husband that much closer, all of my friends that much closer, and it's given me a lot of perspective on just life and the things that people go through. And I know that people go through so much worse things than what I've gone through and have such a harder time with this. I don't even want to compare situations, because I know that it can be super difficult. But this is kind of just what's happened to me and where I'm at in my journey. And I just have to say that if you are going through a miscarriage or if you've had one, things will get better. And it doesn't always seem that way. And I'm not going to tell you it's okay, because it's not okay. It's a really tragic thing that happens, but it will get better. You're going to feel better about it one day. And I hope that you end up with that healthy, happy baby that you so want. And I hope that I end up with a healthy, happy baby at the end of this pregnancy. But if not, we just have to take life as it comes, day by day. And I'm just going to continue to be hopeful from here on out. Like, that eternal optimist in me just has to say that I have to have hope about this and that it will be okay. But thank you so much for watching and listening to me share my feelings about this. I hope that it's been helpful for someone maybe. And that's all I've really got for you today. So I hope you have a good day and be a nice human. Bye.